was sleeping, I heard footsteps coming. Hey! Restlessness started. Bam, 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 bam. Who is this person? My heart was racing. God of racing. I was I said, oh God, who? I'm thinking of my brother that I love, that is in the arms of another woman.
So hilarious.
At the end of the day, I summoned up courage. I spoke to myself. Wow, my head was still down. And the person was still moving closer. I said, "Itolu, be calm." You know, my school mother taught me something. She said, even if you're small, behave matured. So that word just landed in my heart at that point. Itolu, you are disorganized, behave mature. Don't project being a small girl here. So I took my head up. Lo and behold,
it was this wonderful, handsome bro.
Was a person walking up to me. Hey,
is it high for me? He said it was this wonderful, handsome bro.
Yeah, walking up. No, that day he wore one, moderate shirt. He wore one of those things.
But you love the people with the big shirts, even if you have worn the big shirt.
Wait, did you know you were going to propose to me that day?
No.
Because you did not wear anything outstanding, but that day you just wore a normal good shirt. So
wow.
He came close. I was like, so for real, this is happening. Like, for real, it's happening. Wow. Tears almost gathered in my eyes, but I tried to be.
She behaved maturely.
I tried to be, very.
You did not jump on him.
I behaved. Wait, though, I've not heard anything. Okay, so immediately he came. I crossed my leg.
Put my hands
on my knees. And looked out. Exactly, I formed because I was shaking, but I was very bold. I looked straight into his eyeballs. I did not even say, make I look down until sister don't look at brothers. Me, I looked at his eyes very well. Like, because it was too real to be real. Oh yeah, time to propose. Guess what this man said? She started us praying.
Then after the prayer.
My sister, I was humble, like we did the prayer. The next thing he said, marriage committee said I should come and see you, and they gave me 10 minutes to talk to you. But I will not exceed the 10 minutes. He now said, but please stop what you said, because I cannot remember again. Because I was so traumatized. My heart was beating. I did not hear any other thing again. But I was so bold looking at his eyes. At this point, the brother was so weak. My husband was so weak because he did not know what was happening in my own life. He did not believe that the almighty Toro can even look at him, let alone of saying yeah. So the brother was already shaking. I was more confident than he was.
Let me hear him. Let me hear from him.
And he was almost crying. Oh yeah, continue.
I told her, you see, this is marriage committee, and you know what marriage committee entails? Is where, people come together to marry, and I'm here to propose to you. I'm not asking you to say yes, but I'll give you time to go and sit down and think about it. So then I'll be waiting for your response.
I guess what he said. I am done. Do you have any other question?
I told her we spent 7 minutes.
Yes, we spent 7 minutes. After the 10 minutes marriage committee.
I'm not going to say any other thing.
I'm not going to say any other thing. I am done. Do you have any question? My sister, I was lost. Hey, I stood there. I did not know what to say. I asked him. I did not say fib. I did not say wing. I just stood there. I just stood there like a statue. He said, sister, when he saw that I did not even answer him, he stood up, went to the marriage committee and walked out. Mary, I stood there and almost fainted. I don't know. Whether I should praise God, I don't know.
What just happened to me?
What just happened? Yeah. Mary, I cried. I sat down in the church and cried, like cried.
And you know one thing, she was when the Lord found the captivity of Zion.
Please, I
Get that true.
I'm not saying
yes.
she was in captivity. I get it.
Yes.
I'm just aligning what happened.
Yes, but it was a dream. I was still confused. It was like Mary. It was like it did not happen.
But did it really happen?
It really happened, but it was like it did not happen. So I told my committee, okay, the brother has come
and he has proposed.
Yes, but that was after I finished crying, and I could feel my legs to start walking because I stood there for about 30 minutes thinking of my life.
And that was the most powerful proposal of all time. For a man to propose and you cannot walk.
And you are crying. It is a powerful proposal.
Unlike the one I see on social media, the young man will go down and propose to a woman and see how the strength to stand up and
Mr. Paulino doesn't finish. Your husband has finished. I'm giving you the award. Best proposal of the year.
When I went back to their office, they started giving me their response. Don't call him. Don't talk to him. Don't pick his calls. When you are led, if you are led, whatever the response is, don't tell him. Come back to us and tell us the response, my sister. I said, let me carry my leg to my father's house because they were in their house for how far. Every time I go to marriage committee, my people in my house will sit down in the parlor and waiting to hear the gist of the day. Our house, I'm a box business center.
I love them. I love them. I love them.
When I came back, they were all sitting. I now told them that somebody has proposed. Who? Everybody. Immediately I dropped his name. Silence in the house. That night, nobody said fifth. Nobody said when. It was to your time, Israel. It was. But we thank the Lord. Now, how did I answer his proposal? At this point, they have said I should not call. We should not each other. And you can't expect me in this 20. Anyway, because we are complicated in love. And, at that point, you're looking forward to when you enter the arms of your lover. So I went to tell my father a few days later that I want to say yes. Even my father just looked at me like, do you know him? This is somebody that is their spiritual son. Coming to the house.
But it's important that they ask you if you know him because
yes, their own knowing. So at that point, it now dawned on me that their own knowing is not equivalent to my own knowing.
Exactly. That's it.
At that point, it was like they just broke my head. Gang. So I sat back. But the church, we respect the church. The church said we should not talk. So how do I get to know him? And my father has not approved me going to the marriage committee to give them an answer because I don't know him. My father said marriage is not only spiritual, marriage is physical and spiritual.
That's right.
At that point, I lost it. I was just thinking, what do I do? Okay, so after my father said, no, I cannot respond. He did not say it directly, but his response said, I cannot respond to him because I do not know him, that he's a stranger. He did not say it directly, but that was whatever that response that night meant. I went back, I saw this brother in the church the next meeting day. I told him, if you want to faint in church today, you faint. That's what I said in my heart. I called him. No, we had church. After church service, I took 2 chairs in the church. I kept them outside the church. If you want to melt today, you will melt. I brought out the 2 chairs and kept outside. doing in the church. When I saw it was a bit rare, I went. I said, bro,
I want to see you.
I want to see you.
This is a movie.
So he respected me and sat down on the chair. You know how that brotherly sit down used to be?
I know now.
That was how he sat
Their
down.
legs will fall together. It was not.
Oh yeah, that thing you said at the marriage committee, repeat yourself again.
Sorry, you're a wicked girl.
Because it's not like I'm a wicked girl.
You're a wicked.
I was still confused. It was like I did not hear very well. Maybe it was still doing me too real to be real. So I can repeat yourself again. So this time around, he was more relaxed and was now talking marriage proper. So at this point in time, he had already obeyed the church rules and he was now easing himself off of the hair. So one day I wanted to call somebody. It was supposed to be another brother in the fellowship. I wanted to call that. So I dialed this brother's phone number and I was now trying to call him. As I wanted to make the call, somebody told me, check who you're calling. When I checked my phone, whoa, he dialed his number. The way I shouted, whoa, Jesus.
I don't disobey.
Because marriage, we should not talk. How did this one happen?
Divine.
I just pressed, before he could even pick the phone, I just ended it. Bam! Oh, it was like, this is the time I've been waiting for. This is the time. This is the time. His brother called me back.
Correct. I saw your missed call.
I saw your missed call. Me, I started apologizing. That's sorry, I beg, no vex, this will not be like I am the bad child that came to break marriage committee room. I beg, sorry, it was a mistake, please. As I was trying to beg and apologize, it was like this brother was happy for the moment. He was like, it's okay, how are you? I'm this one is busy increasing the conversation. Maybe. That was how we finally broke marriage committee room. And we started talking. Many weeks later, marriage committee said, we are still waiting for response. I said, my wife is writing exam. We don't have response yet. But we have gone far in discussion. We have gone as far as talking 8 hours a day.
Hey!
We have gone very far.
Hey!
Yet we have not gone back to marriage committee for response.
And she has not given me response.
And I'm not giving him response too.
Not 1 month, not 2 months.
We stayed for almost 6 months. I did not see. Yes.
What were you waiting for though? Like, I don't get it.
Before I wait to say yes,
My
father said I cannot say yes to a stranger. So for deep sense that actually this guy is a stranger and I cannot say yes to a stranger. I need to know the stranger. I need to know the stranger and develop some relationship with him.
I see.
After all, deeper life courtship, the moment you get into it, after 3 months, 4 months, they're talking about marriage. Yeah. And my fear was, what if they do introduction and I don't get to like certain things about him? I'll now think at this point. So I said, no, let me sit down and get comfortable. I know this stranger. Yes, I know this person very well. I know if this is actually who I want to.
Compatible with you.
Who I want to spend the rest of my life with. So I took out like about. We were not even knowing. We didn't even know that time was flying.
You just enjoying yourselves. Let's build this friendship.
He was not even asking, when are you answering my proposal? We have even forgotten about the whole proposal thing. It's marriage committee the marriage committee were the ones reminding us that this sister has not given you response. And my husband kept on calming me down that don't worry, she's writing her exam.
And at that time, she was writing exams. That's number one. Number two, and as a man, you need to also contribute to the progress of the other partner. And it was like me, in terms of my work, I'm good at my work. I'm good at what I'm doing. The other partner must also be good at what she's doing. So I need to support that.
Yeah, he was
Sometimes-
more interested in my academics. That was a good sign, a green signal, always in school, always in the lab. So we just got carried away with the whole friendship thing, getting used to each other. We did not know that time has passed or gone that much. So one night, we were talking one day, we talked till 1 a.m. in the night. So it's now dawned on me that I've not even answered this person's proposal. So I now told him on the phone, what did I even say? I don't even know. But I shall say, I'm willing to marry you. 1 a.m. that night. Hey, you could hear the vibration in the house. Hey, the way my husband was jumping in his own house, singing hallelujah. Hey, wow. At this point, my eyes cleared.
Wow.
I said, oh, we have disobeyed marriage committees.
You know, one thing is that when we are brought up in Yoruba land, and when there is this celebration, you know how we shout hallelujah, hallelujah. You understand? We the Yorubas, you know, I was brought up in Yoruba land in Lagos. I know.
So
I know.
the direction of the phone was something else. I was like, it's not just yes, I said. So we got
Not just yes, so it's not just yes.
okay, time to answer marriage committee. We said, okay, after all, we have done what is needful for our lives. It is not marriage committee that is going to
Let us go and face them.
this. Let us go and face them. They will discipline us, no problem. So they said, because it took time, almost 6 months. Have you been talking to the brother? I said, yes. They said, no problem. They will not penalize us.
Wow.
So they think that they used to
Thank
punish
God, though.
they think each other in our own time, in
Wow.
our own, God
Wow.
saw here pure, and our reason for doing what we did was really genuine, and
Yeah.
they just gave us a go ahead, but continue with our relationship. They arranged their introduction and all of that. So that is how we met.
Wow, this is such an interesting story. I mean, in everything you have explained, like I said the other time, I dropped my own lessons, and I think it is just the part that you both, on both ends, you both were willing to do God's bidding. Like, anywhere God is leading us, we're going to go. Let's just follow God and let us just continue in this journey. And honestly, look at how far you have come. How long have you been married for now?
That will be 5 years.
Wow, 5 whole years. It's been a long time coming. So how has it been so far? How has marriage been? I mean, 5 years, you can counsel, in fact, even from 2 years or 3 years in marriage, you can definitely counsel a couple. Okay, but how has it been so far for you, the marital journey and all of it?
Well, in everything I give God the glory. Marriage has been easy, but with God, it has been easy. There are a lot of ups and downs. I will not be one of the preachers that will say marriage is sweet, 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 and sweet. No. Marriage is filled with ups and downs. But at the same time, too, marriage is, when you're in marriage, you become more wiser every day. And what I'm also seeing in marriage is this, we have two different set of people from different backgrounds. I came from a background. She also came from a background, my own background. Maybe she was expressing her own background, but in marriage, we need to marry the two together. I need to adjust. If she says, I like this and I don't like that thing, I need to adjust to bring her in. If I'm progressing my own profession and she's progressing her own profession, I need to adjust. I need to accommodate her. I need to ensure that she also, she's up there. So there are a lot of things in marriage because something, a lot of things happen in marriage. For instance, I'm this kind of person by God's grace. If I'm succeeding and my wife is not succeeding, I'll try and push her to succeed. Because as she said, and the glory of that success is coming back to the family. And everybody was, see, thank God for her husband. I get him. Thank God for her husband.
Yeah.
And also because I'm the man, woman, sit down here. Don't do that work. Do this.
And because I was looking for a wife that will be cooking for me. you would not have rice. You see that thing would have, it would have been a red flag. When you were telling me the story, like, so you're asking God for it. Somebody who is not sensitive, somebody who is not sensitive to God's leading would be like, this is what I was asking God to give him a lead.
Will I now be a cook?
Will I now be a cook? And he's so proud of his story. Anyway, even in my father's presence, that's what he would say. But I think that's how I was led. And you now think that this one will not come and suffer you with cooking 3 times a day or 5. Fortunately, it's not even somebody that likes food. Yes, I can cook like.
Can you imagine?
I like food. Imagine is the also of a partner.
So marriage, there are a lot in marriage.
Understand.
Marriage, be a good couple. You have to communicate with your wife every day, every minute, every month. Number 2, that number 1, you must be born again. You must be born again. You must give your life to it. That's the bedrock. That's the foundation of every home. Outside that, the marriage will be chaos. So understanding also need to come into, because if you don't understand your spouse, that's a very big problem. You need to understand our needs, spiritual needs. To understand everything comes. But that yes is no. You must understand that. If she's saying, I'm not going to for you in the next 3 days, you must understand that. Because there's something going on in that she's saying, So when I was a leader, I was a leader in the district, a youth leader. And before I proposed, I took her name to the marriage committee. You see me with a lady, and then I was a student, a pastor. The youth will be feeling, oh, my leader, he has a girlfriend. Oh, see what my leader is doing. Looking at me, oh, this is my leader. No girl in his house. No this, no that in his house. I get me now.
Yeah.
So I was like a mentor to the youth. So I had to behave wisely. I had to follow the church procedure. Now coming back to my marriage life, I still need to tell the youth, godly marriage is good, is sweet, is unique. Allow God to direct you. So there are a lot of ups and downs. Even when I got married, I lost my job. But at the same time, she was supporting, she was helping, she was good. She attended to her work. She helped the family. When I got my job, when I got a new job, she was still there. Until today, still there.
Award-winning wife. Is it easy?
So, marriage is, but there are ups and downs in marriage. But
that requires wisdom to manage. Like I used to say, it is foolishness. Like foolishness to get married and think that 365 days or 247 is going to be glamour, enjoyment, hugging and kiss and all of that. No. You have to, from the courtship, prepare for the days that people's head will touch. You are going to prepare for the days that you guys are not going to agree on certain things.
They will move swing.
You are going to prepare for the days that you're trying to communicate to your partner and your partner is not understanding what you're trying to say. And this is where knowing who they respect come into place. Get married, you don't know who they are accountable to, you don't know who they respect, you don't know who can talk to them. And the days that you're trying to say the right thing and their head or their ear is not here, who are you going to speak? We are going to speak to rather. So there's just so much in marriage, but one thing that keeps marriage going despite the challenges is the assurance that God led you into this. When the journey was tough, like oh God, sometimes you cannot explain this toughness. It's better experience, but I don't pray that people experience certain things. At that point, the only thing that keeps you going is you just have that inner peace that, yes, God led me. So irrespective of whatever that challenge is or the challenges may be, with God by my side, it's just a function of time. We are going to, conquer it.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much. Honestly, the emphasis for me in this story is just do the will of God. Even when the road is not, smooth, rosy and all that, just do the will of God, stick with God. And I think one thing with Itoro that your husband said the other time is, like, you were mature even at that time. And he said it and it's stuck. So it's not even about the age. We have some people who are 28, 30, 32, but they still don't have this wisdom. They still don't have this, matured sense of reason. So in the end, it's not even about the age. It is what is on the inside of you. How are you grooming yourself? How are you developing yourself? Are you even mature enough to handle life situations and life issues? That is what is going to be important when you now get in. Wow. Thank you. So let's just wrap this up by, let me say, like, one word of advice or 2 words of advice, for intending couple or single people and all of that. So over to you.
Okay, should I start first?
I don't know, anybody.
Okay. First thing I will say is, still on the whole issue of will of God. When I decided to marry my husband, people had their opinions. Opinions right center. Even till when we were about 2 years in marriage, somebody still said to my father, why did you allow your daughter to go and marry him? And all of that. I don't know, the starting was very, very crude. Like, we getting to this point, it's more like miracle to everybody because, nobody believed that anything would come out from this man sitting down here. People wrote him off. People had their opinions, but when God has said this is it, imagine somebody even talking about age difference as an issue or why I shouldn't marry him. We are 10 years apart, but does it even look it? It doesn't look it. Wow. It's 10 years older than I am, but it doesn't. It doesn't even show.
Please allow me to say that this husband is a fine man. No, okay. What? Wow. He doesn't even look it. I don't even care.
You want to find my when I married him, please be congratulated the grace of God upon my life. He wasn't a fine man when I married him. I can bring another. Yes. Wow. So always seeing important the carnal eyes or a problem or a challenge, carnal eyes, when God is leading you, just focus. Focus on it. People will talk. I know he's 10 years older than you, don't marry him, this one, you know what it means, none of that. But here we are, he's going to be pushing you around, you're going to be a small girl. Even if he calls me small girl, he knows that, yes, this one will be small girl.
Anybody who knows Itoro on Facebook, on social media, anybody who know you before you married and now, will definitely know that, see, this one no be say that they say, this thing is working. This thing is working. Like, even in business, Itoro's growth is like, and see what's in the apple, calm down now. Because what? This lady is moving and life is progressing. And so is her husband. See, truth is that some things you cannot achieve when you are in a home or in a marriage that is not peaceful. There are some things that you will not even have time for yourself. Talk more of having time for your business. This is interesting. Oh, my heart blesses you both.
Thank you.
From my own end, I will say this. The will of God is paramount. And as an intending couple, you must do what pleases God at all times, and the Lord will direct your path. That's one. Number your intending partner, or maybe let's say intending couple, as a man, you need to support her so that
If
have the
two
same
couples are winning, the marriage stays longer and sweeter than when one person is.
And I want to say this: there must be that support even before marriage and during marriage, because, like, from my own end, and how to support.
Yeah, when he came into my life, my grades improved.
Because I need to support her in academics, even now in her business.
He's an accountant. So when you are doing jealousy, how is IT moving like this in business? I have an accountant that, you know,
we give it to you, sir. We give it to you.
Sweet. I never knew that I would be a businesswoman in this life. But see how God just arranged the thing and gave me, you know, a very, as entrepreneurs that are into business, you know, you pay so much to get consultation from an accountant. But right. God has put the future ahead.
You should start paying
everything.
You should start paying for services.
I'm really already now.
At the same time, the place of prayer should not be neglected before marriage and marriage. The place of prayer should not be neglected. One need to pray for each other day in, day out. So it really helps a lot. And also, one need to, you know, I said the other time, you need to serve God with your whole heart. Don't look at man. Don't look at church. Today we focus on religion. We focus on, oh, this is my church. I must die in church. What I would advise you to do is that if your brother or your sister comes from another church and you know that person is the will of God for you and is a Christian, grab your copy before another person.
Grab it for you.
I hope people who can hear. I hope people who are hearing. I hope you can hear.
Just do the will of God. Follow God. Do what pleases God. And do what God
every
wants
other
you to do.
thing
Everything will fall in place.
No matter the curves, the challenges, you know. Mary, he was afraid of us. We don't look like our beginning. So when God is in it.
Do you know, I wish you could really talk about, you know, maybe some challenges that you went through, if you're open to talk about it anyways. But if not, then it's totally fine. I've read some of your pieces, you know, on Facebook. There was a particular time you shared a picture. I think there was a picture. You know, it was then I knew that you even know how to sew. And in my mind, I'm like, I used to do the sew clothes. Am I right? I was like, oh wow, I never knew. I never knew.
Then I was an apprentice. Because that
period, he lost his job, so he was my apprentice.
Yes. I learned and at that point, I need to submit.
You were learning.
Because that was the only place we could see like 1.5 every day. Yeah. So, you know, keep the stomach affairs going. So he had to be the apprentice, the one that collects the clothes to iron, or your soil, or your
That's life. That's life. Today you can be down, tomorrow you'll be down. That's God for us.
Just God, the whole ultimate of all of this is knowing God, not listening to what people are saying.
He said one day, he said, the thought I think towards you.
Yeah.
Thought to give you an expected, a glorious end, a happy end. So what man says, sometimes they'll disregard you, they'll disrespect you, they'll say a lot of funny things concerning you. Don't look at those words. Just focus on God. Look at your future. Oh, this is what I want to become in life. Don't allow people to, you know, use their foul language and you know, castigate your.
I'm sure all those that had something to say about the marriage.
Most of them today,
if they see us, they cannot even look at us. Some cannot even, you know.
So me, I don't know. I just come. I just accept them. Those that needed help, I help. I don't know tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I know that this means, in fact, this means a lot to me. Thank you. I know you are busy, super busy. Ask for me to, if you know when I've been trying to say, Toro, please let me interview you and your husband. Let me interview you. Say, see, we are busy. We are busy. I say, I know. Now just give me one Sunday or a Saturday. But honestly, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. God bless you. I said, when immediately you told me that, oh, Mary, we're available. I just, if you see the way I turned back, I was meant to go somewhere with my friend. I just told my friend that, see, I'm coming, don't worry, just give me some more time. But I needed to do this. And I know that this is for somebody. I know very well that this is for somebody. And I'm just so thankful to you. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless your marriage, more joy, more happiness, and everything. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. You have a great evening. Thank you for sharing. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is so amazing. Honestly, I even me, I am blessed. You know, there's something for me in this word that has come out this evening, everything that is shared. And I'm just thankful to them, you know, I'm just happy that these people can share about it. And see, there's no two way to this thing. It's either you're doing God's will or you're doing God's will. You get what I'm trying to say? It's either you're doing God's will or you're doing God's will. If you know already that, see, I cannot help myself. There's no other person that can help me. I don't have anybody. People like us. So, okay, let me speak for myself. Somebody like me now, that I know that I don't have any other source. It's either God or God. Like, it's either God is doing this thing, working it out, or I'm just looking, because I can't help myself. You know what I'm saying? So people like us that know that it is only God we have, then we just have to rely on God totally. We just have to rely on God. And there's something about God. There's one thing about God. He doesn't disappoint. He always comes through. He always comes through. He always comes through. I was sharing earlier today, you know, on my WhatsApp, and I was saying that I was thinking when I woke up. In fact, funny enough, when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about the Father's love, you know, and the thought of that just overwhelmed me, you know. I was just thinking, and this song came to my heart, the one you love. I think that was it. And that the lyrics of that song was saying that I didn't even have to prove anything, but God loves me, you know. And one of the ways God even manifests or shows his love towards us is how he is in charge of everything that happens to us, and he's concerned about every aspect of our life. You get, like, he's so interested in every aspect of our lives. He's so interested. So if God could have helped you in your education, God could have helped you in your business, God could have helped you in every area of your life, what is marriage that is not going to help you? Does it make sense? What is marriage that is not going to help you? And honestly, even for me, like, this is what I'm holding on to, and I'm like, God, I know that when that time is right, okay, you are going to sort everything out. So I'm not bothered. You get what I'm trying to say? I hope that you have learned something from this episode. I hope that you have been blessed. Feel free to share, feel free to subscribe, feel free to, you know, comment, and of course, say a word of prayer for the couple. Thank you so much, everyone. Till I come your way again in another episode. Have a nice day. Bye.